And so this is what has happened over the last 5 months. My collection has blossomed from nothing, basically just that first little lot that I bought at a garage sale, to this giant stack of cards. Now, the challenge with this is that I had said that I was going to be a minimalist collector. And the criteria I had for it was only cards that were going to be able to be building decks out of, and also one of each card, one of each holo card in the current standard format. So I'm still doing that, but things got a little bit out of control. So let's take a look and see what's happening here. First off, this one binder. This is basically just all the rare holo cards from the various expansions that are not that are not Sword and Shield. Any Sword and Shield cards in here are just duplicates. Basically, these are all just for like any of the Poke sets that I'm putting together. Like if people want, some good rare holos to go in there, so I've got those. People can come in and pick those out. So again, yeah, it's just like quite a few pages of all these in here. So we'll get that guy out of there. We've got these boxes here. So each of these is basically the boxes that I was using to build decks with. Now, each of these, of course, we got water, we got grass, dark type, dragon type, steel, or no, yeah, that was steel. That was that's going to be regular. This is electric. So you kind of get the idea. So in each of these, basically, what we've got is all the cards have been set into play sets. So all of these have like a bunch of sets of like multiples of 4 in here. Then all the ones that I haven't really sorted already. You can see there's a ton of cards in there, and like all of them are like that. You open up and it's just tons of cards. So each one of these is just piled with cards. Now the challenge that I'm gonna come across is I've got these cards. They're organized. They're great, perfect for deck building. Have I built a deck in the last 5 months? The answer is no, I haven't. So that's a little bit problematic there. And then of course we get into the binders here. So this is my binder of it's separated Sword and Shield and Rebel Clash, Darkness Ablaze, and basically this is just my one-off, just one of each card in here. So we kind of go through it, so it's not huge. So again, this is doing nothing for me really at this point. It's just administration work. So I'm finding that's just making me feel a little bit hoardery. And then here I've just got this one. I think I'm happy with. I basically went through and sorted all the trainer cards that I can use into different types. So just that way, if I want to build a deck, I've got my healing, got my buffs. I think there's like energy acceleration and things like that. Poke search. It's not fully organized yet, but you can kind of see. And then over here, this is just kind of like leftover bulk that I'm gonna have to deal with and stuff. So, and this is just kind of like a small portion of it. Like I've got also on my desk at the back there's a whole bunch of stacks of cards that I still need to eventually deal with as well. So diving into the spreadsheet, let's take a look at the things that were purchased throughout the month. One of the things that I was able to find on Used Victoria, which is a local classified site, was a lot. A kid was selling off his entire collection. It was about 3,200 cards for $75. So I got it at 2 cents a card, and oh man, what a smoking deal! There was some really great cards in there that I was able to add to my collection. Yeah, it was super awesome. So I was super excited for that. This was the lot that actually started really pushing me towards, oh man, am I hoarding? Because an influx of just over 3,000 cards into your collection pretty darn quick. That's for a person who gets twitchy when things get hoardery. Yeah, that got me. So anyways, the great part about that was actually when I started to drive away, the kid's dad came out and he's like, "Oh, you paid me too much money," and I was like, "Oh, did I?" And he gave me $20 back. So I guess I gave him an extra $20 bill, which really it should have kept because it was a smoking deal. So anyway, so what I did was I learned that the guy's son was selling his Pokemon collection to get into buying some video games. So I went and got a $20 gift card to a local gaming shop, which I'm going to ship off to them, just as a thank you for being honest, and also thanks for the really good deal. We also picked up, and I was excited about this too, a Fusion Strike Elite Trainer box. I was in Walmart one day with my son, and we walked past the toy section like I always do to see if there's any Pokemon cards in stock, and it's always dust. And this time they must have just restocked.
And I walked over and there was a Fusion Strike Elite Trainer Box. So I'm like, yes, this is exciting. So I counted out all our cash and I was like, oh yeah, I think we got enough. Because like I said before, everything runs cash in the Poképreneur world. So we went to the checkout and there was this, we referred to him as the grandpa. It's one of these older folks who's working at Walmart. They probably retired and they're just doing it just for the community, the fun, just getting out and doing stuff. So anyways, we're going through and I'm I'm counting out like my $5 bills that I've used, because it's all cash. And so everything that I've sold in the past is the cash I'm using. So really it's stacks of $5 bills because I'm selling most of my Pokemon cards for, $5 packs, right? So anyways, I'm going through, and it gets to the end, and it turns out we're like $1.50 short or something like that. So I was like, oh no, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to put this on the Visa. Oh, this, I'm just thinking to myself that sucks. And I was like, oh, Christian, I'm like, Christian's the name of my son. I was like, oh, Christian, we're just a little bit short. And the guy was like, he's like, hey, don't worry about it, man. It's okay. It's all right. We'll just pretend that you had that, that dollar or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's so awesome. That's great. So it was nice because it would have broken my my streak of making sure that everything is running entirely on cash. So I'm thankful to that guy for being generous enough to make his till short, $1 for the night. I'm thankful for him to allowing me not to break my own code, which is to keep everything off the credit card, keep everything out of a bank account, and run cash only. So I'm thankful to the Walmart grandpa for sure. And then after that, there's the gift card that we bought. And then also while we were at Epic Games, we bought a few GX and V cards to add to our collection. Over on the right-hand side here, you probably can't see my noggins in the way there. We'll slide this over a bit. So what we've got here now is all the things that I sold in the month. You can see I've sold $500 worth of cards this month. Just over 2,100 cards, selling for 24 cents a card, which is great because quite a few of these are the advent calendars. So they're done up in tins and all that kind of stuff, and they're a bit premium. And so I've been selling them for like some for $40 each, some for $30 each, just kind of whatever they come in at. And it ends up being like 33 cents a card, 25 cents a card. So yeah, so the ratio this month was fantastic. I bought at 7 cents a card, sold at 24 cents a card. So that's great. Profit margins are huge. We do have lots of cash in our pocket now, so we could go out and buy more stuff. But at the same time, I'm going to purge and get rid of everything, and we're going to start again. So we'll have a little bit of capital to build up upon when we decide what the heck we're going to do next. So there we have it, the wrap-up of month 5. We've decided that 1, minimalist collecting did not work. Zero balance collecting did work, so we're going to regroup. We're going to reframe. We're going to figure it out. We're going to take December to sell everything off. And the fact is, month 6 is December, and I'm purging, which is a fantastic time because so many people are going to be looking to buy. So it'll be really easy for me to get rid of my my collection and maybe have a little extra cash in my pocket for Christmas, or rebuild the collection in January with whatever it is I decide that's going to be the next step. So stay tuned for that. Let's see what's going to be happening in January. If you're interested in finding out what's happening in January, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can be the first person to be in the know, to come through, to comment, to have fun, to say hello, and all that kind of wild stuff. So kids, you guys are awesome for hanging out. I super appreciate you guys for watching this. And yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to figure this out 1 month at a time.